buildings account for more than 40% of energy consumption in the United States, more than the transport or industrial sectors. Many existing buildings are not energy efficient, and new ones do not always comply with the latest building codes that seek to promote efficiency. Both legislative and corporate efforts tend to focus on new buildings when retrofitting would bring most of the potential gains in efficiency. However, the Global Buildings Performance Network's research shows that with ambitious actions, by 2050, the US can achieve a substantial reduction in energy use. How can the US deliver this mitigation potential from buildings? To investigate this topic, the GBPN has recently commissioned the Economist Intelligence Unit to undertake a survey on how companies in the real estate and construction sectors approach energy efficiency investments in the US. This report from the GBPN network highlights the challenges and opportunities they face and suggests how policies can drive investments in energy-efficient buildings.
The question really for the industry is, do they have some certainty in the policies that government is setting? Are there consistent targets? Are there ways of being able to measure and verify performance that give them certainty that the measures that they take will be able to be accounted for as savings? There's not one code for the United States. There's no national building code or a national energy efficiency standard. So it makes implementing energy efficiency standards quite difficult.
Many people that are managing large portfolios have to deal with different regulatory requirements in every city, every jurisdiction they're dealing with.
Building owners often are not investing in energy efficiency at the level that we'd like to see for a variety of reasons. One is a lack of information, a lack of access to investment capital. There's simply a lack of demand. People don't realize how much money they could save from energy efficiency. And that there's this opportunity not only to save the money, but to have more comfortable, more productive buildings.
The building owner doesn't pay the bills, it's the tenant that pays the bills, so there's not much of an incentive. So we need to sort of work on how we overcome that split incentive.
We have some challenges from a regulatory point of view, as well as just being able to aggregate the buildings in a way that makes sense and attracts capital investment.
The Global Buildings Performance Network is in existence to help policymakers and business leaders take action and put policies in place.
GBPN and IMT are trying to address the root causes of wasted energy in the US building sector by addressing market barriers. We know that energy efficiency is a good investment, that it pays much better than other investments that businesses are already seeking. We are working hard to try and harmonize the policies as much as possible. We've heard from large portfolio owners that they would like to have these policies harmonized so that when they're complying in 10 different cities, they don't have to learn 10 very different sets of laws. And we have had a lot of success with the rating and disclosure laws and with some of the other laws in harmonizing policies.
There's a need to reach out to those code officials and celebrate the work that they do. And we've started to do that with an award that reward best practice in code enforcement.
GBPN can help documenting policies that work, and we can come up with recommendations on how they can better implement.
Lessons learnt in applying best practice policies in different regions can be shared globally.
The broader issues of the methodologies, the target setting, the goals that are associated with codes are very applicable and provide great lessons that we can move from one region to another. For example, the adoption process that's used in Europe and the way that long-term goals are set could really transform the way that codes are implemented in the US. That's a lesson that we hope we can take and incorporate within the dialogue in the US adoption process. GBPN can really demonstrate leadership and show people in the US that we can probably go far beyond the levels that we're achieving thus far.
The GBPN and its US hub, the Institute for Market Transformation, are working together on these priorities to improve the environment for investors in the US property market and drive market transformation. Support increased state-local energy code compliance and enforcement. Support evolution to performance-based energy codes and compliance practices to set the stage for nearly zero energy building codes. develop policies and tools for building energy rating and disclosure, develop regional policy roadmaps and toolkits.